My name is Brielle Kennington, and I'm the administrator of the ADHD Parent Support Group on Facebook. And I've been having a lot of interactions in the group, which is wonderful, and a lot of questions, but it's the same questions kind of coming up over and over and over again. And I thought it'd be really good to make some videos to kind of take care of these questions all in one shot and see if it helps someone maybe outside of our Facebook group. So just to let you know, I'm not a psychologist. I am a mom of 3 kids, and I have one kiddo who's been officially diagnosed with ADHD and ODD, and I was also diagnosed with ADHD when I was 17 years old, and that's when I was able to get it taken care of and really start thriving. And probably one of the most common questions that I get is, when should I medicate my child for ADHD? And that is a really personal, hard question, because even though I had a wonderful experience when I started taking medication for my ADHD, it still was hard for me to swallow that that my son had ADHD and that he was struggling and that he'd have to deal with this, that this was part of his life. And I felt a little bit of guilt because I felt like he got it from me. It is hereditary. If you have a kid with ADHD, then chances are there's somebody in the family that has it as well. And but we gave it a try. Pretty much I just asked myself, is he happy? Is he thriving? Is his self-esteem struggling? Is he doing okay in school? And the answers to those questions were no. We had already tried a bunch of behavioral things. I had been doing behavioral strategies with him since he was 2 years old, and it just wasn't cutting it, because ADHD isn't a discipline problem. The frontal lobes in their brain are different, so you can't out-parent that. There are strategies you can use that can help, but ultimately sometimes you need to medicate for it. And that's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you're a bad parent. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your kid. If your kid needed glasses, you would go get them a prescription and they would wear glasses. If your child had diabetes, you would, of course, still watch their diet, but if they needed it, you'd use insulin. And I think of it as the same type of thing. So for me, it was just, I asked those questions: are they thriving? Are they happy? Is their self-esteem good? Are their relationships good? And ultimately, our answer was no. So we got lucky, and I was lucky as well, that first medication, first dose worked for us. And that is super, super rare, very rare. So it's a journey in finding the right fit. Sometimes there's combinations you have to do, but it's also not magical. We've seen a huge, huge improvement with my son, and I feel like myself when I'm on my medication, but I still have to do certain things every day to help me be the best version of myself. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I hope that answers your questions about when to know to medicate. Ultimately, to sum it up, it's up to you, but you shouldn't feel guilty when you make your decision. So I hope that helps, and I will talk to you later.